Hi, welcome to the Carla Knits podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, and all of the yarny goodness that I love. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back again. Today is Friday, October 22nd. October 22nd. I'm coming to you from Nebraska, and we've been enjoying some lovely fall temperatures this week, so the weather is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as cbcraftygirl, and links are found down below for those places that you can find me. We do have a Ravelry group for this podcast also, so I'd love to have you join us. It's a little quiet in there right now. We currently don't have a make-along going on, but you can always introduce yourself, and there is an Ask Me Anything thread, so if you ever have any questions for me that you'd like for me to answer on the podcast, I would be happy to do that. So that can be done over there. Speaking of make-alongs, I am just curious, since we don't have one currently going on, it feels a little quiet. So I'm wondering if you guys would like to do something for Christmas and Advent. Would you like to do a Christmas make-along, a Christmas sock-along, an Advent along using your Advent calendars, or just projects that you're doing during the month of December? Please let me know down below if that is something that you would be interested in. Of course, I am absolutely looking forward to Christmas. That is definitely one of my favorite holidays. I do love all things Christmas. My mom always called me her Christmas girl. Hi, Mom. So I have lots of Christmas sock yarn that I'm interested in using. Of course, I'll probably only use a fraction of it, but I love Christmas yarn. So if you're interested in doing something like that, please do let me know. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since I podcasted, so I'm happy to be back with you today. I'll start by what I am wearing. A very autumnal shawl. I absolutely love this. This is the Verge Shawl by Kaya Kuhn, and I will link that down below. Her design can be found on the Cedar Hill Farm Company, a website. There's lots of patterns on that website. And I knit this several years ago. Gosh, I don't even remember when I knit this, but it's been several years because I've enjoyed it for many falls. This was knit out of Miss Babs Yowza. It's a DK weight, which it comes with a very generous, I think like 550 yards maybe. So Miss Babs Yowza yarn, and the color is Soul Food, and I thought it was just perfect autumnal colors. There's rusts and orange and golden yellows and some purples. So I have worn this shawl many falls. I have taken it to Michigan with me in the past and bundled up when we're out hiking, and it's a really nice one to keep you warm. So I cannot say enough good things about this shawl. And on Ravelry, I think I'm the only one who has knit it, but it is an absolutely lovely shawl. So 2 skein shawl. If you have 2 skeins of DK weight, this would be a great shawl to knit. Really fun. Mostly mindless. The looks like garter stitch, some garter stitch, and then this pretty lace border. So it was definitely not too hard. So if you ever make this shawl, let me know. It's a really fun one. All right, so enough said about that shawl. Some finished objects. The first finished object I do not have here. If you remember from the last episode, I was knitting a hat. It is the Beanie pattern by Nice and Knit. I was using brown sheep yarn, Lanaloft worsted in the platinum plum color. It was a brownish gray with some deep hints of purple in there. I knit it for a man who brought over 2 very large tubs of yarn for me to go through and so I wanted to knit that hat for him. So I did knit it fairly quickly, and I was able to gift it to him. He was very sweet. He invited me in his house, and he wanted to know all about the hat, and so we got to be talking about Brown Sheep Yarn Company, and we both got to tour that facility. So it was really nice talking with him. And those tubs of yarn, I think I mentioned that I was going to have some students come over, so I did have 2 girls come over who both left with several bags full of yarn. One is a crocheter and one is a knitter, so they were really excited. So that man passed along yarn that will be loved by several people, so thank you to him, and I will insert a picture of that finished hat here. My next finished object is one you have not seen before. I saw a call out on Instagram for a test knitter for a hat by Julie of Twin Stitches Designs, and it was a color work hat, and I do love color work, and a hat is a fairly fast turnaround. I'm not quite ready for a sweater test knit, I don't think, but the hat really spoke to me being color work, so I submitted my name, and I was happy and excited and lucky to be chosen by Julie. So here is the hat. It's a bright Carla hat. The name of the hat is going to be Autumn Crush Hat by Twin Stitches Design, and it is scheduled to be released on October 29th. If you can see, I hope you can see this beautiful ribbing detail has cables in it. And then it goes into this fun color work. This would be a great first color work project because it only uses 2 colors at one time. So this deep purpley color is Deep Perry by Pancake and Lulu. The pink color in here is Tea Roses by, let's see, APL Crafts Handmade. The aqua color is called Mama Nuka by Lofty Loops Yarn, who is a local dyer to me. She's in Lincoln. And then the speckly yarn is by lolodidit in the Bad Fairy colorway. And I don't think I said this, but this is a DK weight hat. And several of these colors I have used in other projects. So the deep purple and the pink I used in my Soldatna, this aqua color and this speckle color I used in my Glimmer Crop sweater, and also this aqua I used, I believe, in a cowl that I made for my mom a little while back. So I have definitely gotten some use from that aqua color. I really like that. I'll try it on, we'll see. It turned out maybe a little big. It's gonna be a slouchy hat. So there's, that's what it looks like. And I have a couple of pom-pom choices. Aren't these cute? These are so fun. These pom-poms were on Etsy by SLP Made. So this really goes with the aqua colors. And then this one is all sorts of different colors, so that would pick up just about every color that's in the hat. So I think those are really, really fun. So I probably will keep the hat because it is a little big, and I really don't know anybody whose head is bigger than mine in my family or friend group. So I will keep the bright, colorful hat. It's definitely a Carla hat. So I loved test knitting this design. It worked up really fast. It was so enjoyable, from the cable ribbing to the color work. I just can't say enough good things about this pattern. So if you're looking for a fun special gift for Christmas or for yourself, this would be a great pattern. So hopefully my hair isn't too messed up now, but so that is my second finished object for this week. I have a half object, and this is my Halloween sock. This yarn is by Night Owl Fibers. This was a Halloween colorway in the Spooky Fun 2021 color. So this very fun self-striping yarn, and it came with a coordinating mini for it could be heels, toes, cuffs, whatever you wanted to use it. So I just did it for my heel, and I did still the traditional heel flap and gusset because that does fit my foot the best. I did the ribbing on a US 1, and I did the body on a US 1.5, and I did try this on, and it's actually a little big, so I think the next time I knit with her yarn I will stick with the US 1 for the whole body. Sometimes when I use a 75-25 blend, which is what this is, I find that the body is too, the leg, the rest of the sock besides the cuff is too tight, but that is not the case. This is really, really soft and nice yarn. I really have enjoyed knitting with this. And she has such fun self-striping yarns. If you haven't visited Night Owl Fibers website, I would strongly encourage you to do so. And especially if you love Gilmore Girls or Friends, she has had monthly colors all year long, and she has some really fun ones up right now. So that's my Halloween sock. So that's a half object, which leads into my whips, which will be the sock. It's living in this sweet little quilted Halloween bag by 3 Goobers on Etsy. I love that name. And this is where I am at. So I have the leg of the sock done, and I am ready to start on that contrasting heel. So I will put that heel in and then be ready to continue on. So I guess I started the cuff this past weekend, so I've been working on a bunch of different projects, but that's pretty good progress. So I'm really excited. I'm pretty certain that these will be done by Halloween, which actually is next Sunday already. I just don't know where the month of October has gone, but I do hope to have these socks done to wear on Halloween. We do pass out candy, so I don't know if the trick-or-treaters will see my socks, but I will see my socks, and I will know I have them on, and they will bring me joy on Halloween. So hope to have that sock done by the next time I talk to you. All right, let's see. Oh, I have a tiny whip here, which I just started last night. I figure I finished the hat, so I thought I'm gonna start something new. Like you do, you cast something off and you get to cast something on. So just a very, very tiny baby whip right now. So this is going to be a sock for my son's fiance, Kelsey, for Christmas. This is a DK weight sock. I am using the pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady, her DK weight sock pattern. And the yarn, which is so nice. This is a self-striping DK weight yarn by the Freckled Whimsy. And again, she is someone that has lovely self-striping colorways too. I am very drawn to self-striping yarn. So that is what this is working up at like. The color is Spicy. Here is the cake. So I did divide the cake into 2, so I have 2 different cakes to keep them, for 50 grams each for the sock. So cuff and a little bit of the leg done. So I hope to put some more work into this, but I really like how those colors are working up, and I hope this will be a pair of socks that Kelsey will enjoy. So that is my second work in progress. I'm gonna pause 1 minute. I did forget one of my works in progress. All right, so I am back. I had to run up to get this next whip. This is living in this lovely big bag by Ginger Root Bags on Etsy. I don't know if she is making bags anymore. She may have gone off to school, but this is a great sweater size bag. In this case, it is housing a baby blanket, a Hexagon baby blanket. So let's see, this is, I'm trying to find the marker. Okay, so this is a Hexagon baby blanket. This is where I was at the last time we spoke. That used up one skein of the yarn, and then from that point I put a second ball or skein of yarn into this blanket. This is Universal Yarns Cotton Supreme Waves. I do have 6 skeins of this that I won from the Strings Attached podcast. And so I don't know that I will need all 6 skeins of yarn, but I was talking with my knitting group this week. I wonder if I put the 3rd ball in, if that would be big enough for a baby blanket, and then I would have 3 remaining skeins to use for, you know, another baby blanket down the road for another little girl. I am crocheting this for my hairdresser who is expecting her first baby, a girl, in January. The yarn colorway is called Heliotrope, and I used a tutorial on YouTube. It was the Keep Calm and Crochet channel for this, and I will link that down below. But this is really fun. I am absolutely enjoying this crochet project, and hopefully I will add the next ball in this week, and then maybe I will ask you guys what you think. Should I stop at, you know, 3 skeins, or make it larger? So not quite sure yet what I will do, but I'm really happy with how it is crocheting up. Yeah. Just nice and soft yarn. Oh, wonderful, wonderfully soft cotton yarn. So I guess I have been a little surprised by cotton yarns this year. Like I've said before, I just think of those dishcloth cottons, which can be really kind of scratchy and rough to work with. But this yarn is cotton, and it is so soft. And then that Autumn League pullover I made was a cotton yarn by Lion Brand, and that was incredibly soft too. So cotton yarns can be very enjoyable to work with. So I'm glad that I have discovered that this year. My final work in progress is also living in a Halloween bag by 3 Goobers. This fun quilted bag with the cute little Frankenstein and witchy on there. This is my spooky shawl. It is called the Betwixt Shawl by Amber O'Brien. And I didn't say this the last time, but there is a fingering weight version of this shawl and a DK weight version of this shawl. And I chose to do the DK weight version just because I wanted to have a rather fast turnaround on this shawl and have it for the month of, you know, October, and have it done by then. So I think I am on track to do that. Let me show you here. I hope you can see. So all those beautiful flowers. So this is slip stitches mosaic knitting. So I was where that little bat is. So I completed the body of the shawl, and yes, I have gotten to the border. And let's see if I can pull this apart. Can you see this spooky skull, sort of? I'm not sure if you can see that really well yet. It's definitely going to be helped by blocking the shawl, but that is where it is at right now. I'm absolutely loving this. This has been such a fun, quick knit, I think. Let me tell you the colors. The dark charcoal gray is by Noble Character Crafts, and it was part of a gray faded set. Excuse me, it was her darkest color. The blue in here is Jojoland Splatter Dash in the Alaskan blue colorway. And then this lovely speckled yarn for the lace border is by Maker's Haven, and it was in her, excuse me, Gust of Wind colorway. Sorry, my needles are kind of clanking on the table here. And I just think that the colors in here, they absolutely remind me of leaves rustling in the wind. So very autumnal, just gives me all that autumnal feel. So it is very close to being done. I believe I have 10 more rows of the lace chart and then the bind off, and that will be done. So this is also my goal, to get this done this week so I can have that for Halloween to wear. And hopefully, I guess I haven't looked at the Halloween forecast yet. I don't know how warm or cold it's going to be. It usually gets kind of chilly in the evening, so I think this would be nice to wrap around to pass out candy to those trick-or-treaters. So loving this shawl, and it's been a really fascinating and just fun. And I'm not into really spooky things, and even the skulls do kind of creep me out a little bit. A little bit, but that's okay. I don't really think when it's bunched up on my neck that you're gonna see all those creepy skulls, but it's just been a really fun pattern for Halloween. I did see on Instagram, it's Becky, I can't think of her handle. She and her mom have a podcast, GrannyPanKnits, and I think she crocheted, I think it was crochet. It was a little ghost shawl or shawlette. It was really, really cute. So there are some fun, spooky cute patterns out there for Halloween. So I guess I'll go into a little bit of stash enhancement and chatter. My daughter Jenna and I, it was fall break last weekend, and we kind of impromptu decided at the last minute, she would like to go to the Mall of America. We had been there once before, but she really wanted to go again. So she and I went up to the Mall of America. You might wonder, well, what did Jeff do? Why didn't he go with you? Well, he in addition to his job at the college, he works in the music department. He is also a composer, and so he had some composing projects that he wanted some time to work on. So that's what he stayed home and did. So he was very productive with his composing. But Jenna and I went up to the Mall of America. We went on, we drove on Friday and came back on Monday. So it was a very busy, full weekend. Had lots of fun up there. And of course, I wanted to see if there were any fun yarn stores in the area. I didn't want to drag Jenna around too much, but hey, we drove all the way up there. Mom can take a little time, right? So we ended up going to a yarn store called Stephen B, which I think is a pretty well-known yarn store. It's not quite into downtown Minneapolis, but it's definitely close to downtown Minneapolis. And so I got this set of yarn. This is by the Yarn Snob, and you can see those colors. This is a really bulky yarn, pinks and purples and brights. So 2 skeins of this bulky weight yarn, and then a black mohair. And they had this knit up into a beautiful cable cowl. I don't want to give away the pattern, but hopefully you can see it turned out to be a big chunky cable cowl, which I thought looked really fun. So the black kind of tones down this bright color, and it was just a really pretty cowl. So I saw that and thought that would be fun. So that was kind of my souvenir yarn from my trip up to Mall of America, or up to Minnesota, and visiting the Stephen B yarn store. And if I can figure it out, I will insert some footage. I did have Jenna take a little bit of video from that yarn store, and it was beautiful. I could have spent hours there, and I could have spent a lot of money there. There were a lot of beautiful, bright yarns there that I absolutely loved. But I'm really happy with this. I think that'll be a fairly quick project with that bulky weight yarn. So really excited about that. And then Crazy Sock Lady put on Instagram, oops, I'm losing my basket here. Sorry guys. And now now I have snagged the yarn. That wasn't too smart. Crazy Sock Lady put on Instagram that she is carrying a homespun house yarn, who is a German dyer, and I was thrilled with that because I love yarn by a homespun house, but it's a little cost prohibitive coming from Germany. So it still is a little pricey in the States too, but I was so excited. And this colorway is a Christmas colorway on DK weight. So it's DK weight 75-25 blend, and it is called Gingerbread House. And how perfect is that? Isn't that fun? The browns and then all the Christmas speckles. Oh, I just think that is so fun. So I really would like, I think I really will plan on knitting this one up sometime during the month of November or December for the holidays. So yeah, so homespun house yarn. So really excited about those fun yarn things coming into my house. So other than that, just busy with work and life, and I play the organ this weekend, so I will be busy practicing 3 services, so busy practicing. My craft room is also my laundry room, which is also a storage room, which is also the cat's litter box and food room, and it needs some desperate cleaning. So I hope to do that today and get that taken care of. Yeah, my table where I set stuff down on is really piled high. It's kind of the collecting area of everything. So I have lots of yarn out and patterns out and a whole hodgepodge of different things that need to be cleaned up and put away. So that's my plans for today and this weekend. So I think that is all. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And please do let me know if you would be interested in some kind of Christmas or Advent make-along. I do have some ideas for make-alongs in the new year, but I guess I'm just thinking about specifically as we turn to these colder months, so Christmas holidays and everything. So please do let me know in the comments down below if you are interested in some kind of make-along. With that, I hope you all have had a good couple of weeks, and I hope that you are enjoying whatever projects or creative things you are doing, or whatever things you are doing to make yourself happy. So with that, I will say goodbye, and I will see you again really soon. Take care.